Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be going a little bit off kind of like the plant updates, and then pretty much today we're going to be talking about my setup. I've had a lot of people recently comment kind of where I got my stuff, how I kind of did my research to figure that stuff out. So before I start, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss another video, and like this video. Let's go and start today's video. So I've recently had a lot of people kind of comment about my hydroponics. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with those, and then we'll move over to the shelves. So pretty much kind of starting with the electrical type of stuff, do some research about the actual grow lights before you actually do stuff, to make sure like your grow lights come with like these clips and stuff like that. And then just make sure, do some math to make sure your like power outages can take the wattage of this. We had to do a huge amount of math to kind of figure out the amount of watts it would take to power this, and if we would blow a fuse constantly. And then looking at the numbers, it looked like we were going to blow a few fuses, but so far we're about to hit a year, and so far we've not blown a single fuse yet. So I really feel like they don't use as much wattage as they say, but just go off what they are saying, because it could be more, it could be less. Just try to go off that number because that's what they're rounding it to. I also got my hydroponic systems as kind of like a setup. I got it straight off of Amazon. It's really hard to make these yourselves, kind of like a DIY thing. So just really recommend buying it off of like Amazon. I know there's a lot of hydroponic stores, but I just bought off of Amazon because that's where I was getting everything else. Then kind of like the stand thing, kind of holding the top grow lights. When I did get these hydroponics, I think they're meant to go outside instead of indoors. So I had to kind of come up with an idea, come up with like a design. And then this is kind of like the design I had to come up with. Something that I was really mad about when it got here was there was no thing to kind of hook the lights on top. It was just the second and third row were able to have the grow lights. So I had to kind of improvise and kind of just design my own thing. So I did end up getting those PVC pipes from Lowe's and the zip ties from Amazon too. Then the bricks and stuff. To be honest, we don't really need the bricks, but it elevates it so it can kind of get a little bit more wind on it too. And so we can get the bucket under it so it can have more water to kind of circulate through and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a plus about it. And yeah, we got our buckets from Lowe's too. I'm pretty sure they have them all over Amazon too. I think that's it. Oh, something I've been having a lot of people ask about is how do we turn our stuff on? So something we use for Christmas every year are these timers. We have all of them on, I want to say, I think it's 6:30 a.m. all the way over to 7 p.m. So the plants can get their good amount of light and then stuff like that. And then I think I covered everything over here. Yeah, so going over to kind of like our main area, our shelves, all of the shelves were from Amazon. Keep this in mind. If you guys are planning to buy your thing in phases, buy multiple. Like if you're getting like, if you bought like this kind of shelf, and then you just bought one and you are just kind of growing it, and then you just bought like 5 more shelves, buy the same shelf. It's a huge pain to kind of have multiple different shelves, because then when you like kind of do an update or something like that, like something we just did a few months ago was we added another shelf onto all of these, and it's super hard once, like it's super hard to kind of change out the shelves when they're all different and have different measurements. So just keep that in mind. Try to buy multiple of the same stuff. Same with the grow lights. Buy the same of all the grow lights. Do your research before. I think these are the most popular on Amazon. When I say popular, I mean had the most sales. So that's good. I do feel like the grow lights do work. And then yeah, so I'll be talking about the supplies too in this video if you guys were hoping we were. I don't think I mentioned it earlier. And then I think that's pretty much it. Same with the timers on over here. We did end up getting some of these power things to kind of plug everything in, and then, yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't really like to have stuff on the floor, like all these boxes and stuff like that. So I did end up getting these things, so like these don't fall through the shelf, and then I have to somehow get them out of the plants and stuff like that. So kind of going over to the supplies, there's kind of hydroponic sponges you can get off of Amazon. Really recommend those. The hydroponics came with these. Make sure your hydroponics do come with those. I did a lot of research about kind of like our system, so I ended up going with Gove, however it's said. So something I really wanted to do is, like, when I'm not here, I can see the temperature from my phone. I can turn off the fans. I could possibly turn off the grow lights, but I don't really want to plug a few 100 watts of grow lights into those little Wi-Fi censored Bluetooth plugs things. So yeah, and then so if I want to, I can turn off the black fan over there, or I can turn off both of these white fans from my phone. And if it starts getting too hot in here, like, let's say, for an example, like let's say something malfunctions in the wires, and then it causes like a fire or something. Once like the air in here starts to heat up, it will send me an emergency notification on my phone as quick as it can. So you do have to set that up on Gove. So just keep that in mind. If you are going with the system, you do have to kind of set that up. So even if there was, which we have not had any electrical problems yet, so that's a huge good thing. Also, kind of talking about electrical stuff really quick, make sure you check your electrical stuff here and there. So I've actually caught some stuff here and there that I've had to like re-plug in or kind of fix up before, which I fixed that day. And then just keep that in mind. You need to check your electrical stuff out to make sure it looks all right. Just to be careful and stuff like that. So, I think that's pretty much everything. We are going with seasoning, so we just placed a huge order for some seasoning things. That's why we're growing oregano and basil and all sorts of stuff. Then we got these from Amazon. To be honest, these aren't the most high quality ones, but once you're kind of buying like these types of pots, you don't really need the highest quality ones. Trays are going to be a lot different. Trays, you want trays to last forever because they're going to be a lot more expensive than this. And we did end up, I think we have about maybe 30 of them. And so far we've not had any problems with them breaking. We've had one or two kind of crack when they're sitting on the floor. And then sometimes it gets a little crammed in here when we're kind of moving stuff around. So before, I've actually stepped on one on accident. Did hurt a lot because there are really thick trays. But we had to get rid of that one, sadly. And then here and there, I might have dropped it or something when I'm like let's say, or whatever, somehow the tray falls off the shelf. It hits the ground really hard, and sometimes it might crack. But other than that, it's not going to crack with the plants actually in it. And then, yeah, we did get these things. Definitely recommend it when you're growing like just all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm going to say probably tomatoes, peppers, maybe if you're growing like not strawberries, if you're growing like flowers that have vines and stuff like that, definitely recommend those. Really recommend these with all sorts of stuff. If you're growing salad, if you're growing maybe if you're planning to sell like some Caesar salad or something like that, pretty cheap, that's awesome to have. I pretty much bought those for microgreen purposes. So there's that. We did end up buying these forest strawberries, which we're still waiting to grow those a lot more. We have had to use these for a lot of other stuff like the tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. So that's really, really fun. And then we've used these quite a few when we're planning to kind of just give people some of our extra cilantro and stuff like that. Now, something we do kind of do on this channel is we don't really sell our stuff. like when I said we're planning to do seasoning, I kind of meant that by like more kind of just doing seasoning to kind of film it. We're going to give it to some family members that are interested in stuff like that. And then just keep that in mind. If you guys are planning to sell your stuff, you need to make sure you have the right permits and stuff like that to actually grow stuff like this. Also, this is more for like experiments with plants and stuff like that, and just the best techniques and ways to kind of harvest and just kind of more growing everything in here for content purposes and stuff like that. And then yeah, so this is going to end the video. I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe. Please hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss another video. And please like this video. It really helps the channel when you guys show your support. So really thank you guys for making it all the way through today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.